Let's go now into supplementation. The idea of supplementation, we're evolving dramatically on this. Even the organic food doesn't have all of the vitamins and minerals. Even the organic food. God works. What we're doing here is, if you believe in alchemical biological transmutation by Kervran from France, yes, if you live that way, exactly the way we're talking about, we totally understand that if you give the body all the energies the body needs, it will create all the stuff it should have. But most people are not going to go that far. So the thing that I'm saying is that, in other words, if you do vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, sprouts, and juices, and by the way, I did not have one supplement when I got all of my health back. And that is a hard road to go down. But I want you to know that it can absolutely be done. The manufacturing architect made it that way. But I will say this. Knowing now what I know in regard to the herbs, in regard to other things that the body is totally deficient of, we want to help it get those tools, those ingredients. That's why I became a clinical herbalist and herbologist, because I found out what the plants can literally do to assist the body in the deficient ingredients it no longer has. The idea here is, let's make sure that we get all of the antioxidants we possibly can. Now, what am I talking about? The beta-carotenes, the E's, the C's, the CoQ10s, the seleniums, the pycnogenols, the grapeseed extracts. Why? Because of the fact we have a tremendous amount of free radical damage going on in our body. What's a free radical? A free radical is nothing more than an atom that's had an electron taken out of it through all the different horrible processes of what we live and how we live. We've had that electron taken out, and that beautifully flowing atom now becomes radical, out of balance. And it bombs all of our tissues. And it's one of the major enemies of the body. Make sure you put the antioxidants back in, which literally does something what we call pairing. It will pair back, it will give back that electron into that imbalanced atom, and will allow it to flow smoothly again. That's wonderful. So make sure you're doing the antioxidants, and also make sure you're getting the minerals. Now, in regard to the minerals, we have a real dichotomy here, because we have a huge explosion occurring within the mineral industry, though most people don't know about it. Most of the liquids that you are receiving from your really, really great health food stores, I'm going to give you both sides of the track here, because we really don't know yet. But we have some great, great people that I respect dramatically that are saying the other side of the coin, which is this. We have some folks that are mining some minerals out in Utah from 2 mines. And they're saying, well, this is all of the plant humus or humus that came from the plants on top of the ground, and we're just taking it out of the mine now, and that is plant-derived mineral. And we're going to put it into a drink, and that is the same thing as taking the plant. Well, I don't know if that's correct or not. The thing I'm saying is this. Some of our folks are saying that after all that compression of being under all of that ground for all of that particular period of time, it has gone back to a petrified state. Anybody ever hear of the petrified forest? Right? It's become elemental again. In other words, a mineral, right, which is part of a rock, it is ingested by a plant. And through photosynthesis, it makes that rock part of its tissue. That is the only mineral we want to put into our body. Why? Because of the fact it has a left-hand spin. And if you really want to get into it, you'll become a detective and really find out all that information. An elemental mineral has a right-hand spin, or anything elemental has a right-hand spin. The idea of it is we need to get that left-hand spin into our body, because that's the only spin which will allow our organic tissue to receive and utilize that mineral. If it's a right-hand spin or elemental, in other words, you see all of these particular elemental minerals, our tissue will never ever be able to use elemental minerals. However, elemental minerals will help change and assist pH, the alkaline acid ratio. It'll help interstitial fluid. It'll help some of the blood. It just won't help the tissue itself. The end result of what I'm saying is, I do suggest you start looking for sea vegetables, sea plants, and find out where you get those. I know they're starting to come up. I know there's in 1-MLM, which is a what do you call that, multi-level marketing. But very, very soon they're going to be coming up in all various degrees of sales in your health food stores, for your physicians, your doctors. Make sure that you get that type of mineral if you are going to supplement with a mineral.